Happy New Year!
Whoa, 2020! Welcome to 2020.
It's Beck and Deb here, and bringing in the new year with you. We obviously won't be live tonight, but we thought it'd be quite nice to do a short video like we did on Christmas Day. Again, another quick whistle-stop tour on our normal format. So we're going to start with our living and learning, but just before then, if you haven't already, sign up for our newsletter because there's some really great stuff coming this year, and particularly our newsletter is an entirely new format.
Yes. Lots of the things that we're going to be doing. Our Facebook Lives are going to have a new format. Newsletter's got a new format.
Something new and exciting coming each week on a Thursday.
Absolutely.
So not to be missed.
Don't miss out.
So
Not in
join up,
2020.
sign up.
It's going to be our year.
Yeah, it so is, yes. So our living and learning then. So the thing for me that's kind of come recently that I've really kind of seen again is that, but for our story, life unfolds perfectly. So when we have, I really see that when we have a story that says something should be a different way, or that something shouldn't have happened that way, or that person should have been different here, or should have said something different, or I should have behaved differently. But for those stories, life actually unfolds perfectly. And it's actually, we can get so kind of, that can sound almost too simple, can't it? And I know when I say it, I kind of get a little bit of a, is it really that simple? And it really, for me, it's about looking to see for yourself if it can be that simple. Because I have seen that for me to be true. And I've really seen how beautifully life unfolds and how little I need to do and how little I need to be involved in that unfolding. And yet how much my thoughts want to create a story to change it. They want to get involved and say, no, make it this and change that and tell that person this and don't do it that way anymore. And when some of that quietens down, which it inevitably does at times, I just see the perfection of life unfolding. And for me, that's just, I don't know, there's something really nice in that message to go into the new year with, the unfolding of life and how perfect that can be when we just allow it to be and we don't kind of get too much into the content of our stories that tell us something else.
So for me, what has been coming for me a lot recently is again that an old chestnut for me, bring it back to yourself. Bring everything back to you, because I notice how often my thinking wants to take me exactly what you were pointing to, Beck, but for the story, everything unfolds perfectly. And what I've noticed is my thinking is very good at blaming the world, blaming somebody else, blaming my circumstances, blaming my computer, blame, whatever. Judgment and blame seem to be, themes in my thinking a lot. And what I've noticed is when I bring that back and look, what can I see for myself there? What can I see? And it's not always necessarily a straight exchange. What I see out there might not necessarily be the exact thing I see in myself. But what I've noticed again and again is when I turn that around, if I'm busy judging somebody else or blaming somebody else out in the world, if I turn that around and, if I'm asking somebody else to be different, this was huge for me when I kind of realised, I'm saying, oh, if only they would see it that way, or exactly, those things that you were saying, if only they would be different. And then if I brought that back and asked myself that same question, and probably not in the way I was going to ask that person to be different, but if I could see somewhere and kind of just ask myself that question and just say, okay, how easy is it for you to do something different to the thing that you want to do? And I began to notice it was quite a big ask of somebody else to be different. And I kind of started to say, right, okay, so if you can't do something different, don't be quite so quick maybe to put it onto somebody else. So yeah, my kind of thing for the new year for me is to keep that in mind if I can. Don't put this onto someone else, bring it back to me.
Nice. So our question, I'm going to read this out because Deb's not got her glasses on,
Mm-hmm.
but it's your turn to start answering.
Oh,
the
is
question.
it? Okay.
we like to take it in turns. So our question for today is, what can I achieve in the new year?
Oh gosh.
Always feels like a time, doesn't it, New Year, of right, we've got to have, resolutions and new ideas and new stuff to be achieved.
Gosh. Well, what can we achieve in the new year? I know that what Beck has got coming, I know why she's put me first here, because she's got a real cracker to answer this one, the 2020.
That's actually our topic.
Oh, is that
Spoiler
our topic?
Alert.
Oh, sorry.
Now I've got to come up with a really good answer for the question, haven't I?
No pressure. So, what can I achieve in 2020? Well, for me, I think it is really, really good. I know one of the things that we say a lot, if you've watched any of our videos, you will have heard us say this thing: step up and take responsibility whilst knowing you're not responsible at all. So I think for 2020, what can I achieve in 2020? Just go out there and step up. What invitations are you seeing? What would you love to achieve? What would you love to be doing? If it's in your mind, if it's occurring to you that you want to do it, whatever it is, from literally anything, if it's occurring in your mind that if the idea is there, why not step up and take responsibility from a place of knowing you are not responsible? And one of the things that I can guarantee is, if you play around with that and if you do it, you might not end up doing whatever it is you think you're going to do, but something will happen. The game will start. You will start to play. You've rolled the dice. You've started to do something. And I just think human beings, our journey and where we end up and what we end up doing and the things we do end up achieving, I think that ultimately what we can do is way, way, way more than what we think we can do. And all we have to do is kind of get into the game and start playing, and all sorts of everything begins to unfold. So whatever it is you think you can achieve in 2020, believe you me, it can be something way more than that.
Nice. Oh, my answer's got to be good now. What was actually occurring to me when we kind of wrote the question down was how we very much, I think, even kind of society and even worldwide have it set up that a new year is a really good time for new stuff and a new opportunity and, reinvent yourself. And there'll be lots of things out there, I guess, today and over the next few days about a new year, a new you, and those kinds of things. And whilst for me, I really, really see that every single moment is new. We don't have to wait for a new year for something new.
But there's one here for us right now.
Precisely that. Why not take advantage? Because here it is, and it can feel very much like a really good time to explore something new. And I think for me, the kind of what I love about new moments and new years and new anything is, for something to be new, it requires new thought. For something to feel new to us, we have to have a new thought about it. And by its nature, thought can be fresh and new for us in any moment. Like, thoughts come and thoughts pass, and we can have a new thought. We can have a thought that we have never had before, just like that. And so I guess my kind of answer to that question, what can I achieve in the new year? You can have a new thought, and just by being in this conversation and hearing the invitation that I'm putting out, that I don't know when that might be available to you. It might be now as I'm saying it. It might be in the next few days. It might be halfway through the year. Who knows? But I know that new thought is available, because that is how the system works. As human beings, we are wired for new thought. So for me, the new year brings that opportunity yet again to have a new thought about anything.
New
and whether,
thought,
like,
new reality.
Exactly. And whether, like Deb was saying, that's an idea or something you've got for the new year, grasp it with both hands, because new thoughts are so precious. They bring, exactly like you say, a complete new reality. So that's your gift for the new year from us. Is new thought is so available.
Oh, I love that.
And on that, our topic today.
Sorry, yes. I got ahead of myself.
Yeah, Deb jumped ahead onto the topic. Our topic is 2020 clarity. Do you want to start, or shall I start?
Well, you're just brimming with this one. It's been great. I love this.
So I really like words and numbers, and I like kind of seeing patterns and themes and ideas in them, just kind of for fun, really. And it's been occurring to me for the last couple of months as you kind of get towards the end of a year and you start to look at the next year, and you even, I don't know if you do this, but I kind of say the number or write the date down. I'm like, oh, it's going to be weird to be writing 2020 next year. And every time it's gone through my head, it's made me giggle because, as you can see, I wear glasses, so I'm kind of familiar with opticians and eyesight and that sort of thing. And 2020 is a number that's used, that's referred to for perfect vision. And I was sharing this with Lou and Deb the other day, and just saying next year is absolutely going to be the most amazing year because it's going to be perfect vision. We're going to have absolute clarity because it's the year of perfect vision. And for me, I kind of just wanted to raise that. I mean, it's a bit of fun, and obviously it's a number and it's a label we've given the year, so it means whatever we want to make it mean. But I really like the idea that the invitation is in that label to make it a year of kind of exactly like we just talked about, new thought and new ideas. It's, I don't know, it feels to me like that's an invitation to me to be having, perfect vision, to have some clarity, to really have a year of whatever kind of comes and whatever unfolds has the potential to be so amazing.
Yeah. I remember that conversation when I can't remember what had been going on, but you called us in and we were like, oh my gosh, yeah, 2020,
I think
perfect
Lou
vision.
had just had a new idea and wanted to share it with us.
Yes.
And then I said, oh, 2020.
yeah. And I know kind of, I've definitely heard Beck say this is something that Beck has shared quite a bit about what we see and what we focus on, we get more of. And very much, when she called us in to the office that day and kind of said, oh gosh, I'm so excited for 2020 because it's perfect vision, it's clarity, we're going to have a great year. And I kind of saw that, we can look at 2020 in that way. It's just an invitation. We can have a new thought about this new year and see this. And it really, really feels to me, every time I've got curious and got playful and looked in a certain direction to see something, that's what I've got more of, that's what I've seen. And so I love the idea of, venturing into 2020 with this idea to look for that clarity, to see more of that perfect vision, to see our perfect vision for the world, our perfect vision for ourselves, our perfect vision for everyone. It just seems like a really, really lovely thing to focus on and to get lots more of. So yeah, I'm really, really excited for 2020. I think it's going to be a great year. And like all years, I guess it's going to have its ups and downs and its moments. But definitely in all of those moments, I'm going to look for the gifts. I'm going to look for what there is to see with that perfect vision. What happens when maybe I look with a little bit more clarity. And who knows? So watch this space. 2020, here we come.
Yes. So feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel to be notified, because we will be officially live again next week on the 8th at 5 o'clock. And it'd be lovely to have you with us. We hope you've enjoyed our Christmas and New Year little taster videos to keep you going over the Christmas holidays. So
yes, and do sign up to our newsletter, because if you sign up to it now, our first one,
it will have already gone actually, but that's okay.
But that's okay. So
if plenty more coming.
If you haven't signed up to our newsletter yet, please do, because all this amazing vision we're going to have in 2020 is going to be in those newsletters weekly. So and it'd be great to have you with us.
Yes. So wishing you a very clear and happy new year.
Welcome to 2020. Have a great year.
Take care.
Bye.